Back in November, Philadelphia 76ers power forward Joel Embiid became the latest in a long line of sports stars to test positive during the pandemic. As a result of catching the virus, the ex-Kansas Jayhawk missed 9 games of the Sixers season. The big man has spoken recently about his ordeal after contracting the virus. Stay with us as today we're discussing his battle and how he thought he wouldn't make it. First up, let's discuss Embiid's beginnings. Born in the Cameroonian capital of Yaoundé, Embiid's father was a military man and his mother was a housewife. As a child, the future NBA great played volleyball and football and dreamed of making it big as a volleyball player in Europe. How things change, right? Embiid started playing basketball at the age of 15 and was noticed by fellow Cameroonian NBA player Luc Mbah Amout, who became his mentor, which prompted the youngster to follow a career in basketball. He soon enrolled at a basketball academy in the Cameroonian capital and not long after moved to Florida to follow his dream. He attended a college in Kansas where he stood out, averaging 11.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 1.4 assists and 2.6 blocks. He went on to earn Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year honors, but was injured in the 2014 season, jeopardizing his place in the NBA draft. However, he quickly recovered and Embiid declared himself fit before going under the knife in June for a broken navicular bone. He was ruled out for 4 to 6 months, but was still selected for the third overall pick by the 76ers, becoming the third Cameroonian to play in the NBA and highest ever selected. Did you watch Embiid during his college career? Did you know he was going to turn into the player he is today? Let us know below. So what happened with his scare? Stay with us to find out. So as we mentioned earlier, Embiid was sidelined back in November after contracting the virus, and it seemed to affect him more than it has his peers, who have also been ruled out after catching the virus. At the time, Sixers head coach Doc Rivers came out and told the world that the 7-foot, 27-year-old was not doing great. After his return to the Sixers lineup, Embiid revealed just how much he was struggling with the virus, alerting fans to the fact that he was having difficulty breathing, bad headaches, and he also said that at one point he thought he might not make it. That must have been pretty scary for the big man. Although he was extremely poorly, the 4-time NBA All-Star has been known for a bit of a prankster during his career, so we don't know if he was pulling our leg a little, but there is no doubt he was ill. Embiid himself said, "It hasn't been good. That John hit me hard. I really thought I wasn't going to make it. It was that bad. So I'm just thankful to be sitting here. I struggled with it, but I'm just glad that I got over it and I'm here doing what I love with some good people." He returned to form at the end of November, playing 42 minutes in his first game back against the Timberwolves. He didn't miss a beat either, finishing the game with 42 points, 14 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Superb. So how far can the Sixers go this season after the return of the big man? Now that Embiid is fit and healthy, how far can the Sixers actually go this season? Commentators have predicted that the Philly outfit should have enough about them to finish in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Sixers might be keen to trade problem point guard Ben Simmons and Darren Murray. Head of the basketball operations for the Sixers could still decide not to deal with Simmons by the trade deadline in February. But even without the Simmons question, how many games can the Sixers win and how far can they actually go? They have a really strong performer in Tyrese Maxey this season, who's enjoying a big breakout year in his second season for the Sixers. He's been so good, fans have pretty much forgotten about Simmons, and Maxey could be a shoo-in for most improved player at the end of this season, if he keeps up his current form. One of the main concerns for the Sixers will be the depth of their roster. Some might say they don't have a reliable bench scorer, whilst those in the know have claimed they also need experience in the point guard position and another wing defender. Having looked at Danny Green so far this season, fans have concluded that his days as a starter might be soon drawing to a close. There are also questions surrounding Furkan Korkmaz, Shake Milton, and the size of Isaiah Joe, with commentators suggesting the team might be a little too inexperienced this season. What do you guys think? Next up, some history made this week by superstar Steph Curry. Steph Curry broke a long-standing NBA record this week when he became the league's all-time leading three-point scorer, which is some achievement given the plethora of world-class ball players down the years to grace the NBA. The Golden State Warriors point guard only needed 2 three-pointers to overtake Ray Allen at the top of the three-pointers list, which he did in the first quarter. Ultimately, he ended the game with 5 threes, and it's just a question of how many he'll score now during the rest of his career, as he shows no sign of letting up. He's been quoted before as Sportest, saying once he breaks the record, it'll be just a case of seeing how far he can push it, which we can't wait to see either. To give you an idea of just how great this achievement is, Curry broke the all-time record in 789 games, while it took Allen 1,300. Curry explained, "I made the first one in transition. Then, like the next 2 or 3 possessions, I got the ball coming down and I could see everybody on that end of the stadium just start to slowly stand up, and there was like a buzz. So I didn't want to rush it because that's when you kind of get your head and try to force the moment." You could tell he was aware of the moment, and he said he felt pretty emotional after it. Bravo. So what was the reaction like to Curry's historic achievement? Stay with us to find out. After Curry's momentous occasion, he seemed like the whole NBA roster came out to congratulate the king of the three-pointers on what he'd done. Ray Allen himself, who Curry had overtaken, seemingly knew it was going to happen. Wasn't hard to predict, to be honest, and posted on Instagram before the game. He reminisced a little on when he overtook the great Reggie Miller. Was happy that he got to share the moment with the late Kobe Bryant. He went on to say that he'll remember that night forever and that it'll be the same for Curry, before asking for someone to save him a seat at the Garden, as he wasn't able to get a ticket. Shocking. Superstar Laker LeBron James posted on Twitter saying, "Just landed in Dallas to see at Steph Curry 30 broke the record, and to make it even doper, he did it in the Garden." Wow. Congrats, brother. Incredible. Nice touch from LeBron. Curry's former teammate and current Nets player Kevin Durant kept his message short by saying 2,974 more on the way. Congrats to the god Steph Curry. 11-time NBA champ Bill Russell was also quick to congratulate Curry by encouraging him to keep adding to his newly broken record, something which we're sure he will do. Russell went on to proclaim Curry as the greatest shooter of all time, something which is pretty difficult to argue with. Would you agree with Russell? Let us know below. And finally, some injury news to report from last night's Bucks vs. Celtics game. Last night, December 14th, the Celtics beat the Bucks 117-103, and there was more bad news for the Milwaukee outfit, as small forward Chris Middleton had to leave the court in the third quarter after suffering a knee injury. The ex-Detroit Piston landed awkwardly after running into teammate Rodney Hood as the pair was trying to defend a rebound. The South Carolina native only scored 4 points during the game, which put an end to his run of scoring at least 20 points in the past 7 games. It is as yet unknown the extent of the injury to Middleton, and coach Budenholzer had this to say about the injury. "I think we're terming it a left knee hyperextension. We'll know more tomorrow, but I think there's some hope that it's not serious. But you gotta wait and give it time. Hopefully he will be back with us sooner rather than later, as his form in Milwaukee this season has been pretty solid." As always, thanks for tuning in today, guys, and remember to swing by next time for some more fun reveals. Why not do us a solid and share this video with any NBA fan friends you have? Bye, guys.